Welcome. All right. We out here. Okay, let's see. Just checking that the stream's going. Okay, test. Okay, test. Alright, that'll do. Okay. Today we're going to be working on Flexbox. I did some work this morning working with margin and padding, learning about inline and box elements, this kind of thing. We could take a peek at what I did there. I've got a fan pointed at me and a microphone on the other side of me, so there may be something like that, but it's hot as fuck as hell, so I'm gonna keep that on. Okay. We're gonna check out oh no, sorry. So we made this exercise was making this card thing, but like it doesn't really matter. Just the point is learning about padding, margin, and borders, all that. Anyway, what we're doing now. CD flex. Okay, so we're gonna be, just make sure we're up to date here. Okay, we're good. So we're learning about Flexbox, which I know nothing about. I think I've taken 2 or 3 runs at the Odin project before, and I've always put off learning web dev. But we're here, you know. Like this check mark is saved from like years ago, the last time I tried learning any of this. And this is as far as I got. And I'm sure we'll be reminded why I gave up before when I start reading it, but let's take a peek. Set a cheeky little 25-minuter, because I love checking my phone, so just keep that there. Let's look at what kind of exercises these are going to be. Holy shit. Okay, so I'm getting around to actually putting elements in a specific design, I guess. Cool. I'm psyched. Okay, so you'll learn how to position elements using Flexbox. You'll learn about flex containers and flex items. You'll learn how to create useful components and layouts that go beyond just stacking and centering items. Sorry. Okay. Previous lessons. You learned how to inspect and debug things using browser's developer tools. These tools will be crucial for you in the following lessons. If something is behaving the way you expect, inspecting it in need of help, okay? But it does have a few more moving parts. It's going to be somewhat difficult to make use of any of the things you've learned in these first lessons until you get to the end and put it all together. As we go, do yourself a favor and play with all the code examples. Okay. Cool. You will definitely need to come back and reference these lessons or a couple of the resources we share with you when you get to the assignment at the end of this section. But if you take your time and experiment, a way to arrange items in rows or columns. These items will flex based on some rules that you can define. To get started, let's look at a demonstration. Okay, so we have a div, which has 3 divs in it. So a div, flex container, which I'm guessing just has a sort of, oh, interesting, okay. Dot flex container. Is this like a keyword or just a, ooh, fuck off. Okay, class 1, 2, 3. Flex container, display flex. I think that's the outer one. Flex container div. These are all have the div type. Background peach puff. Borders 4 pixels. Solid. You're telling me that's brown? Color theory. Height 100 pixels. Flex 1. That's commented out. Going here, but for now, let's uncomment the 2 flex-related CSS declarations in the above code pen by removing the comments and check out the results. Results. Rerun. Ooh, fuck off. Rerun. Wait, what? Oh, I'm an idiot. Just fucking deleting the whole thing. Obviously won't do anything. Display, flex. Flex 1. Whoa. Don't know what's going on. That's okay. Comments prevent the browser from interpreting lines of code. Why did you want to have their own syntax? Content lines of code can be re-enabled by removing the comment text or any of the code. All 3 divs should now be arranged horizontally. If you resize the results frame with the 1x, 0.5x, and 0.25x, you will also see that the divs will flex if you resize the results frame. Interesting. Cool. They will fill the available area and will have equal width. If you add another div to the HTML inside a flex container, it will show up alongside the others and eventually everything will flex. So if we add another div class equals 4. There you go. Neat. And that falls under this. Edit on CodePen or fork on CodePen button. This will bring it into a full-size environment. Some of the later might especially benefit from doing this. Fork on CodePen. Flex containers and flex items. As you've seen, Flexbox is not just a single CSS property, but a whole toolbox of properties that you can use to put things where you need them. Some of these properties belong on the flex container, while some of them on the flex items. Where flex contain, these are both containers, okay? This is an important concept. Let's read that again. Some of these properties belong on the Flex container, while some go on the Flex items. This is an important. A Flex container is any element that has display Flex on it in the CSS. Dot Flex container. Mm-hmm. I've got a jug of OJ and a shaker cup full of flavored creatine. A Flex container is any element that has display Flex on it. Da-da-da. Okay, so this is the container. The Flex items: background color peach puff, border 4 pixels, solid salmon. Height is 48 pixels. Flex 1. A Flex item is any element that lives directly inside of a Flex container. So a Flex item is just, what does the 1 mean? Flex items. Any element can be both a Flex container and a Flex item. Said another way, you can also put display Flex on a Flex item and use a Flexbox to arrange its children. Holy fuck. Creating and nesting multiple Flex containers and items is the primary way we will be building up complex layouts. The following image was achieved using only Flexbox to arrange size and place various elements. Flexbox is a very powerful tool. Seems like it. What's the difference between a Flex container and a Flex item? I don't know. Display any element that lives directly inside of a Flex dot item. Okay. How do you create a Flex item? That's with, I think, using the Flex 1 thing. Interneting is hard. CSS layout with Flexbox. As a result, they were supported even among developers have used them to build. Run into floats during your web development career, so the previous chapter wasn't a total waste. Whatever. Despite that, yeah, the kind of... We're finally at a point where browser support has hit critical mass. Developers can start building full websites with Flexbox. Our recommendation is to use Flexbox to lay out your web pages as much as possible, reserving floats for when you need text to flow around a box, i.e. a magazine style or whatever you need to support legacy browser. Entire Flexbox layout model step by step. You should walk away comfortable building virtually any layout a web designer could ever give you. Oh, really? Is there like Flexbox templates? Holy shit, probably, eh? Website layout 1. Guh. The fuck is the point of this? What am I doing with that? What do the numbers mean? What is Adam? Oh, this shit. No thanks. I'm gonna follow along this tutorial, I think. This will probably be a good experience. MKDIR Internet is hard flex. CD Internet is hard flex code. Let's go in here. And we're gonna toss one of these. Okay, CD Internet is hard flex, touch, Flexbox, HTML. Okay, and we're supposed to just add this code here, which I think is just going to be a menu item. Sign up, login. Jesus. Style sheet. Styles.css it's called. Styles.css. Okay. Div class menu container. Div class menu. Div class. Div date. August 14th, 2016. Nah. It's August 27th. 2024. Dude's out here learning web dev in 2024. Login, sign up. Okay. Next, we need to create the corresponding styles.css sheet. This won't look like much, just a full width blue bar menu with white bordered box in it. Note that we'll be using Flexbox instead of traditional auto margin technique to center the menu. I'm going to do this by hand so that I have to sort of read it. So for all the elements, I'm going to have a margin of 0. I'm going to have padding of 0. I'm going to have, okay, box sizing, border box. And then for the menu container class, dot menu dash container, it's going to have color being FFF, whatever that is. It's white. Back, that makes sense. F hex, is that like hex code? F being 15, just 15 max each color makes white. Think so. Background color. Right. FF. F. Whoa. Holy. 5. Right. 5995DA. Which is a blue. And it's going to have 20 pixel padding. Not sure what that 0 is, but oh, that's the horizontal padding, I think. When you just put it like that with two values, it's above and below, and then side to side. And then dot menu. Wood pixel solid white. Width is going to be 900 pixels. Okay. Let's check out what this looks like now. So menu container, then menus within menu container. Sure, bud. Finally, download some images for use by our example webpage. Unzip them into the Flexbox project, keeping the parent images directory. Your project should look like this. Download some images. Don't take Flexbox images. Extract all. Extract. Get rid of this. Drop this. And oh no. You gotta move, babe. Sure, not copy images. Nope. This goes. Alright. What the fuck? What is it? Whoa. It's just like. What is an SVG image? Scalable vector graphics is a web-friendly vector file format as opposed to pixel-based JPEGs. Vector files store images via mathematical formulas based on points and lines on a grid. Right. Oops. Images. This is how my project looks. Correct. Or no, I don't need that open right now. Flexbox uses two types of boxes that we've never seen before: flex containers and flex items. The job of a flex container is to group a bunch of flex items together and define how they're positioned. Every HTML element that's a direct child of a flex container is an item. Flex items can be manipulated individually, but for the most part it's up to the container to determine their layout. The main purpose of flex items are to let their container know how many things it needs to position. As with float-based layouts, defining complex web pages with a flex box is all about nesting boxes. You align a bunch of flex items inside a container, and to turn those items can serve as flex containers for their own items. As you work through the examples in this chapter, remember that the fundamental task of laying out a page hasn't changed. We're still moving a bunch of nested boxes around. First step in using Flexbox is to turn one of our HTML elements into a flex container. We do this simply with the display property, which should be familiar with the CSS box model chapter. By giving it a value of flex, we're telling the browser that everything in the box should be rendered with Flexbox instead of the default box model. Add the following line to our menu container, because menu is inside of that, right? Display flex. What do we got now? Probably the same thing. This enables the Flexbox layout mode. Without it, the browser would ignore all the Flexbox properties that we're about to introduce. Explicitly defining flex containers means that you can mix and match Flexbox with other layout models. For example, floats and everything we're going to learn in advanced positioning. Not Flexbox, display Flexbox, display flex. Great, we'll have a flex container with one flex item in it. However, our page will look exactly like it did before because we haven't told the container how to display its item. Aligning a flex item. After you've got a flex container, your next job is to define the horizontal alignment of its items. That's what the justify content property is for. We can use it to center our dot menu item like so. Dot menu, container, display flex. So every child of this, every flex item will have the justify content center property. Okay, so menu container is the blue background box. We're saying everything within that. So menu, this shit here, which is describes this text. we'll have the justify content center. So we're telling, Flexbox is telling the browser how to align shit, I guess. Like so, many container display flex justify content center. This is the same effect as adding a margin 0 auto declaration to the dot menu. Manipulating items through their containers like this is a common theme in Flexbox, and it's a bit of a divergence from how we've been positioning boxes thus far. Where's my OJ? That's a lot of pulp. Oh, I'm in trouble. Wait, what? There's no fiber in this, even though it has pulp? Is it fucking paper pulp? Bunch of vitamin C, though. Other values for justified content are shown below. Center, flex start, flex end, space around, space between. Try changing justified content to flex start and flex end. Flex start, it's gonna look like that. Flex end, the right hand corner should be touching. There you go. Fuck that. Ugly. Set it to center. Fix it. Boom. It's in the center. Try changing justified content to flex start and flex end. This should align the menu to the left and right side of the browser window respectively. Be sure to change it back to center before moving on. The last two options are only useful when you're having multiple flex items in a container. Distributing multiple flex items. Big deal, you might be saying. We can do the left-right alignment with floats and centering auto margins. True. The justified content property also lets you distribute items equally inside a container. Space around. Justified content property also lets, okay, so justified content space. So this is equal space around the last two, and this is equal space in between all of them. Kind of looks. Okay, so we're going to change this to space around. It's not going to do anything yet because there's only one item in here. This turns into a nested flex container, and the space around will spread. You should see something like this. Oh. No, fucking idiot. So this is center because we want that outside box centered. And then we're saying all the things with the menu tags, justify content, space around. And this should put these three. So dot menu, border 1 pixel solid, width 900 pixels. Display flex. There we go. Okay, that's a good place to stop and take our 5-minute break. I never should have said I love you. Oh, I never should have said. get money, get money. Meet you at the top. Oh yeah, the stream got 1 view. Views. 1. Chat rate. And abide. Well, I'm gonna stand up, go pee, walk around, and be back in 2 minutes and 40 seconds. Something's fucked up in my shoulder. Okay, pause. Just go to start another 25 minutes. Change our menu rule to match the following. Space around needs to display flex because we thought it ignored that if we didn't have flex. This turns our menu into a nested flex container, and the space around value spreads its items out across its entire width. You should see something like this. The flex container automatically distributes extra horizontal space to either side of each item. The space between values is similar, but it only adds that extra space between items. This is what we actually want for our example page. So go ahead and okay, so we want this to be space between. And that should, I think that looks nicer. Also use center, flex center if you want to push all the items to one side, but let's have the space between. Grouping flex items. Flex containers only know how to position elements that are one level deep, i.e. their child elements. They don't care one bit about what's inside their flex items. This means that grouping flex items is another weapon in your layout creation arsenal. Wrapping a bunch of items in an extra div results in a totally different web page. No grouping. Group 2 grouped items. Both the sign up and login page to be on the right side of the page as in the screenshot below. All we have to do is stick them in another div. Sign up and login in the same. Okay, so there's date, div class date, and then we're doing div class links. And inside that goes login and sign up and login. Whoa. Does that change it? It does. So there's only 2 items and they have equal space between. Links element because it's using the default block layout mode of the solution. More nested flex containers. Add a new rule to our style CSS that turns the links element into a flex container. Was? Add a new rule to our styles.css file that turns the links element. Okay. So we just made this, right? So you gotta border 1 pixel solid white. Holy fuck, where's the... Display flex. Justify content. Flex end. And then dot login. Margin. Margin left. It's 20 pixels. This. If I delete this, it should get rid of that white border. Perfect. Underneath our menu, add the following markup to Flexbox after the dot menu container. Div class is header container. Div class header. This has these 3 things. Not fucking typing that shit out. $5.99 5 DA. Background color. It's D6E. D6E 9FE. Display. Justify content. Center. So that's for the header container, and then we just do one for the headers themselves. Width. Height. What do you got for me? In header, align items center. Looks good. Seriously, if I make this stretch, and then I make one for something that applies to these three dot. Border 1 pixel solid. Okay, what does this do? Looks kind of dumb. Okay, so you can fuck off, and you're gonna be center. Boom. Looks good again. Whoa. Flexwap. Add a row of photos to Flexbox HTML so that we have something to work with. This should go inside a body under the dot header container element. Which is this bad boy. Just div. Does this work? 1, 2, 3. Again. So we just added a bunch of. Okay, so what we just did there, we div class photo grid container. In that is photo grid. In that are the 3 photos. So you go dot grid container. Justify content. is horizontal, right? So we're just centering them horizontally. Oh, the container itself. So that'll look like this. It'll make a container here, and then let's just border would be. Let's just see what it looks. 5 pixels solid, red. Okay, yeah. Don't need that. And we're saying give it the Flexbox type and justify content. This is also horizontal. We're gonna say flex start. That's where that box started. And then dot photo grid items. We're saying border is 1 pixel solid white. Width 300 pixels. Height 300 pixels. So what do we think this will look like? We're just aligning them flex start. It should probably look the same. Right, never mind. Flex. If you add these two more, because we haven't told it how to. Oh, whoops. What did I just do? Right. So in styles.css, if we go align items, no, what was it? Flex wrap. It's flex wrap. That's the property. Flex wrap. Um, so if you change this to center, should be like that. Nice. This would have to be, if you made this a line item center, I would. Right. Flex direction column. I'm just gonna pause this. Go throw some food in the microwave so that it'll be ready to eat on our next 5-minute break. 1 sec. Okay, we're back. Got some piping hot roasted veggies right here. Going for sushi later, so can't be eating too much before then. No. Holy fuck. It's gonna take forever. $900 pixels flex center. Wrap, row, reverse, center. 3, 2, 1, 5, 4. Makes sense. Let's do a short break. Meow 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 meow. Yes, dear. Alright. Veggies eaten. Creatine sipped. One sec. Back fucking hurts. Okay. So we just realized that typically you'd have to rearrange the order of the elements in the index or in the HTML file. But as long as you have your display flex on and you're doing Flexbox shit, you can change the order using the flex direction. We already know. Before Flexbox, web developers had to resort to JavaScript hacks to accomplish this kind of thing. However, don't abuse your newfound abilities. As we discussed in the very first chapter of this tutorial, you should always separate content from presentation. Changing the order like this is purely presentational. Your HTML should still make sense without these styles applied to it. Okay. This entire chapter has been about positioning flex items through their parent containers, but it's also possible to manipulate individual items. The rest of this chapter is going to shift focus away from flex containers onto the items they contain. So flex direction, whole container, order, individual items. Adding an order property to a flex item defines its order in the container without affecting surrounding items. Its default value is 0, and increasing or decreasing it from there moves the item to the right or left, respectively. This can be used, for example, to swap order of the first item and last item elements in our grid. We should also change the row reverse value from the previous section back to row because it'll make our edits a little easier. Okay, so in photo grid, what the fuck? Photo grid, flex direction, row. Okay, good one, dick. Okay, row, align items, center. Photo grid items. There. 5, 1, 2, 3, 4. 5, 2, 3, 4, 1. Mm-hmm. Well, what's... Menu container. What the fuck? Sure, bud. Sure, bud. It's a great website. Add this. Hmm. I'm fading here. Holy. Okay. Hmm.
Sometimes it's magical and it just works and does what we want it to, and other times it doesn't quite do exactly what we ask. It starts doing some strange things, and it can be hard to understand exactly why. You start throwing some alignments or justifications on things to try and get things to behave the way you want them to, and that doesn't work exactly how you need, so maybe a grow here or a shrink there will do the job. Or what about a flex basis? But I mean, what is flex basis anyway? Well, in this video, I want to simplify Flexbox as much as possible with some realistic situations that we can use it in to really understand what's happening, so then you can start using it with confidence. Hi there, my front-end friends, and welcome back to yet another video. I'm so glad that you've come to join me once again. And if you're new here, my name is Kevin, and here at my channel, I help you fall madly, deeply in love with CSS. And if I can't get you to fall in love with it, I'm hoping to at least help you be less frustrated with it. And Flexbox is definitely one of those things that, while it's magical and I'm super happy we have it, it can be very frustrating at times when it starts doing some strange stuff. So in this video, we're going to be looking at how it works in some practical situations that you might run into on a regular basis. And we're going to break down why different things happen when we use Flexbox and really understand the important parts of it. This is not going to be a full-on let's learn every single property and value possible in Flexbox video. It's a let's learn the fundamentals of Flexbox and the really important parts and how to think while we're using Flexbox and the types of situations you'll run into most often with it, and really understanding the behaviors that are going on with.
All right, 10 more minutes. And we can go to... All right, 10 more minutes. And we're almost ready to start working on the landing page project. So, I mean, that's good, yeah? That's a ton of work done today, too. I mean, we sort of here to here. Then I'm going to fly through JavaScript. Fly. Right? Don't you think? Odin project Etch-a-Sketch. looks really bad, bro. Just kidding. It looks good. Like super impressive, actually. It is giving me a headache, though. Holy shit. Oh my god.
I don't think so, sir. You sure? Yeah, Ken Evans. Nice to meet you. My pleasure. Oxygen check. Check. One in? No, thank you, sir. Sure. Yes, sir. Great. Come on, let's push. I got to go time. Ready? Yes, sir. Got it. How you feeling today, sir? Tired. Quick, turn around for me to take time for 3 days. It's a compliment. You. Thank you, thank you, thank you. I've been glad.
It's fucked. CSS grid. What's up? What's up, babe? Oh. Okay, let's fucking pump this. Column flex direction. You sure about that? Oh, there's still a comment here. Hmm. I'm done. I am done. Alright, I'm gonna close the stream, take a nap. See you folks. Just kidding, no one's in this fucking video. But if someone one day watches this, ciao. Thanks.